high risk, like we have elderly population above 60 years of age, or people who have comorbid conditions like diabetes, hypertension, malignancies, liver disease, kidney disease, or other diseases. It's preferably suggested that they shall take flu vaccines. It's a single shot to be given. Preferably this month is a better option, October, because it takes around 2 to 3 weeks for antibodies to develop. So by the time flu is common in our community, so it can give some degree of protection. It doesn't give 100% protection. No vaccine gives, no flu vaccine gives 100% protection, because these vaccines are developed on the strains which were circulating in the previous year. So based on those circulating strains, the vaccines are developed.
They are protecting also
If similar strains are circulating this time, they will definitely protect. But usually the strains mutate, not always, but they do mutate, and the vaccines give protection against those circulating strains against which the vaccine has been developed. Presently, there are two types of vaccines which are commonly manufactured. Number one, we have the based on human cells, and secondly is egg protein based. So nowadays the egg protein based is commonly used. Again, within them we have vaccines which are against either 2 strains or 3 strains. So against 3 strains or 4 strains. So we have it's suggested that person should take vaccines against all the 4 strains which are circulating in the community. That's why presently, if you look at the availability of vaccines in the market, we have vaccines which are against 4 strains, so they are quadrivalent vaccines. And though they are quite a bit expensive, it's not advisable that every person shall take it, because many people may not be having affordability of buying it around.
Is it single dose or
it's a single dose which is to be given in the muscle, and it gives protection against circulating vaccine. So WHO recommends vaccination for flu for different regions of the world. We have separate recommendations for the northern hemisphere as well as for the southern hemisphere. Here in Kashmir, we prefer to give vaccines which are recommended for northern hemisphere, because they give protection during the winters and early spring, while as in rest of the country the southern hemisphere is recommended, because these vaccines are protective against strains which are circulating during summers and autumn.
So what is the best time?
Sometimes the right time. October is the right time to give vaccination. It's to be given annually. A vaccine received this time will protect against the infection for next around 6 months, not more than that. And so this vaccine which is given this year won't give protection in future for coming years, but it's not necessary that a person who receives vaccine this year shall take it next year also, on the financial conditions of the person and the recommendations. Those vaccines which are available currently gives substantial protection against the circulating strains of influenza virus, and definitely WHO recommends only those vaccines which have been formed against the strains which were circulating the previous year. And it's not always that the strains will change every year. Some strains keep on circulating in the same population in coming years also, and some strains do change, they do mutate, and that's why the vaccines are not 100% protective, but definitely give some degree of protection.
You told about elders also.
As I said, it should be given to all elderly population, because they have some degree of immunocompromised state, and it should also be given to people who have comorbid conditions like diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, kidney disease, liver disease, and malignancies. So preferably they shall also.
What about children?
As I said, it all depends upon the affordability. Otherwise, it is recommended to whole population. For children from 6 months to 8 years, they may need 2 doses, preferably. But for above 8 years, everyone whosoever receives shall receive only single dose. And Otherwise, because it's not freely, it's not given free. It's to be purchased for around 1,000 rupees. So whosoever can afford can take it. But I still suggest that only. I suggest that preferably it shall be taken by all persons above 60 years of age and those with comorbid. It's one of the safe vaccines. It doesn't give any side effects which are of serious or severe in nature. Every vaccine has an intrinsic property to cause local side pain, which is very mild. It doesn't cause fever. It doesn't cause other constitutional symptoms. So it's one of the safest vaccines. Even if people who have egg allergy, even it has been found to be safe among them. But I suggest that people who have egg allergies shall take it at government centers where resuscitative facilities and AEFI management facilities are available. Adverse event following immunization
So
facilities.
you talk about egg allergy. Does it prevent allergies, other allergies?
It doesn't prevent allergies. I said because it's developed on egg protein. People who are allergic to egg may develop some reaction to this type of vaccine, but it has been found it doesn't cause any sort of such reactions.
Can it prevent any chronic disease?
It only prevents infections by influenza viruses. It doesn't give 100% protection, but it gives substantial protection against infection by the particular strains of influenza viruses.
Is there a side effect or like in human or
It can be given to all people. There are no contraindications to flu vaccine except those who have developed serious or severe conditions after receiving it in previous.